So in this video, we're going to practice some of the commands we've been working with, things like touch and make directory and remove directory and echo and cat. And we're going to take it a step further and say, let's combine it with another very common thing that you're constantly doing with files and folders, things like copy and paste. Some things we take for granted just by dragging and dropping or right-clicking and getting the option we want, or doing a keyboard shortcut commands. How can I do that quickly in Linux if I had nothing but the terminal, if I've only got commands in front of me? So right now I'm in my home directory in my Ubuntu machine. I don't have any extra directories or files or anything like that made, so I'm going to make a couple, practicing our commands a little bit more, and then try moving some stuff kind of between them, and then try copying and duplicating and things like that. That's kind of where we're going with this. So I'm going to make two different folders. I'm going to do this using the make directory command. I'll use that mkdir, and I'll say folder 1. Okay. And then I'll do it again by quickly typing it out by hitting an up arrow, and then hitting a backspace to change it to folder 2. Okay, so we're kind of learning tab complete to have us type a little quicker. Up arrow can have us go back to commands we previously typed. Okay, so I just made a folder 1 and a folder 2. I'll do an ls to kind of see what I made. And we can see in here, here's our folder 1 and our folder 2. We now have two empty directories that we can start putting contents in. Okay, so I'm going to make a file, all just by using the echo command. I don't actually have to do touch. I can do the echo and put something in it all at once. I'll say, here's my test message going into something called folder 1/test. So I've got a test message that I'm putting into folder 1. Test does not currently exist. The test file doesn't exist, but the echo command will go and make it all in one. So touch can make the file. Echo can also make the file and put the message in there all in the same command if you so choose. So now when I go to check to see is it actually there, I can do an ls folder 1, and there's my test. And how can I see the contents? Last time we took a look at the cat command, so if I did a cat of folder 1/test, I can take a look and say, yes, there's my test message actually inside that file. What about folder 2? We haven't put anything inside folder 2, so if I did an ls folder 2, we'll see, yeah, there's nothing inside folder 2. So the trick will be, how do I get my test file through my directories here if I go into folder 1? If I wanted to, let's say, cut and paste this, I want to take it out of my folder 1 and I want to put it inside folder 2. Maybe you do some drag and drop or something like that. Well, how can I do that if I only have the terminal? We can use the move command, the mv command. Okay, so mv, and then we'll do where's the thing that I want to move. That's in folder 1, and that's called test. Okay, and where's the location I want to put it to? I want to put it to folder 2. So I'm moving my test to folder 2. Go ahead and hit enter, and now let's see what ends up happening. Okay, so I'm going to double check it on this side. I go into folder 1. You see it's no longer in folder 1. I've now kind of done a copy and paste, a cut and paste, and I put it into folder 2. Let's confirm this with our terminal commands by doing a ls of folder 1. Folder 1, you see the contents there are empty. I'll hit an up arrow and say folder 2, ls folder 2, and this time, hey, there's my test file. But is it the actual same one? Sure, let's check it with the cat command. I'll do a cat of folder 2 / there's my test file, which has been moved, and we'll see, yeah, it still has that same test message. The file has been moved from one location to the other. What if I wanted to do a copy and paste? So I want it to be actually in both locations now. I didn't want to take it and delete it from the original. Very similar command. You're just going to do it with copy, cp. cp is the copy command. So right now it's in my folder 2 location /test. And let's say I want to put it into folder 1. So then both folders have this test file. I want to make a complete copy of it. Very similar to your move command, only you're doing your cp. You want to take the thing that you first want to declare the thing you're trying to copy. That's my folder 2 /test. And then the destination, which will be folder 1 for me. Hit enter, and now let's double check it here through our GUI. I go into folder 1. There's my test file. If I go into folder 2, there's my test file as well. So learning here about the move command, the copy command, cat and ls, try to confirm where all of our stuff is actually going to. Very useful commands to take a look at, and as we're modifying files and making changes to our systems.